night one. Tasha Schweikert has the lead. Tabitha Yim has second place. And Mohini Bhardwaj, attempting to go to the World Championships for a second time in her career, has third. And here she is on the vault. We move to rotation 3 of 4.
Al, not only is she sitting in a comfortable position in third place, she's coming into a very strong event. She has 2 of the highest start values in the entire competition. This one is out of a 9.7. Yurchenko with a 1.5 twist.
There is already a pervasive cloud that's hanging over the United States when they go to the World Championships, regardless of who's there. Tim, they go right out of the box first, and that's like death in gymnastics.
Yeah, it is really bad. Spoke with the coordinator, Marta Caroli, and she said, yes, it could not be any worse. This is a double twisting Yurchenko, very difficult. But she's been doing that thing so long. I would say longer than anybody in this meet has ever been a senior gymnast. She's been performing that vault.
And we will get the scores for Mohini Bhardwaj in a moment. Meanwhile, over on the beam, Tabitha Yim. Now remember the setback this little group suffered last time. They thought they gave back some tenths, which are like gold in gymnastics. Now she's on the beam. And on night one, things didn't necessarily go as she planned either.
She was not happy in the first night of competition, falling on a combination acrobatic skill. And what was so interesting is after she fell off the beam, she stood there for a moment before she remounted, hands on her hip. It was like, okay, all right, I'm not gonna let this happen again.
And I like that. I like that look. A lot of the athletes look a little defeated. It almost looks like they're going to break into tears. Not this one. She's a fighter. She's intense. I think it's a great quality.
And this is the element where Tabitha fell last night. The other thing that you can't help but notice with Tabitha is the flow that she has going on the balance beam. She has such wonderful artistry, and that's one of the areas that the judges are focusing in on. It is a deduction that they can take if they feel that the gymnasts haven't demonstrated it.
Look at the detail. Watch the leg being held up at the end. Very difficult. Takes the wrist.
And connects it right into her jump. That's very important as well. Very difficult element right here. Again, taking a huge risk.
Well, it was a very strong routine. She's great on balance beam.
All right. Bring it out. Very good practice. Just got a little bit. Yeah. Beautiful. Nice twist now. All good practice for the future. You did a good job. Exactly what I asked you to do. Very, very
It's her first U.S. national championship, and it's obviously a work in progress.
And what she did well tonight was keeping those shoulders and hips in line with that very narrow balance beam.
Very solid score considering the scores that we've seen so far of a 9.5 on the balance beam, including that little wobble back to Mohini Bhardwaj. A 9.512 on average, so that's very good as well on the vault. Now, we've talked about Tasha Schweikert, underdog this, last-minute replacement that. Now she's not that. Now she's in front, and she's expected by many to win this national championship and get the green flag, the bigger and better things. What is she like as the person who's supposed to do all those things now? We'll get a chance to see here on the floor exercise.
Well, she said she was going to show a little more teeth tonight. She's having a great time.
She's got that look. She is blossoming into something special. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Tasha Schweikert. Next step, national championship.
She said she never dreamed that people would actually look up to her and try to be like her. Well, they're certainly going to be talking about Tasha after this championship.
She'll show us exactly why they should be looking up to her. It's all in the details. Very difficult tumbling run, half in, half out. And watch, the knees are together, perfect form.
Nothing. Everything's works to the music.
That's the detail right there. Done very, very well.
Oh, what a huge number. 9.65 on floor exercise. We have not seen a number that high yet. So while Tasha Schweikert basks in the glow, one more to go, you're right. Now it's a matter of what's going on in the wake of Tasha Schweikert. Can Rachel Tidd possibly catch Mohini Bardwaj? She is 6/10 behind her now as she moves to the third of four apparatus, and she is on that new look vault.
She could actually make up a little bit of ground right here. This is one of her strongest events.
Situation where you're trying to catch somebody, you can't afford those giveaway tenths, which you do every time you add that extra hopper step.
And we really haven't seen a lot of great landings here, especially on vault. It's the most important event to stick because it's only one piece of gymnastics, and actually she's capable of doing that a little bit better, keeping her body a little bit straight.
And the reason for that score, 9.0, is because that vault was only valued out of a 9.4. That's the maximum.
She'll add a full twist to this one, make it much more difficult, and raise her start score by 4/10.
That's outside the lane, too.
Yeah, and not just that, the step off to the side is a big deduction, but more importantly, the body position on the landing so low, not having enough rotation.
She's actually been having a little bit of trouble in practice all week, day one of competition. We've seen her do this vault much, much better. She typically gets more power and height off the horse, and you can see a huge, just a huge deduction.
Right hand looked like it could have brushed the mat surface, and if she did that, an even bigger deduction.
So Rachel Tidd gets a 9.225. It averages out to a 9.112. Looks as though the standings will remain the same.